Hey guys, welcome back to our channel, our highly anticipated channel of Young and Driven. As your host, my name is Joseph, and as always, I'm joined by.
My name is Steel Stone, one of the many names you guys can call me by. Episode 2
of Young and Driven. I mean, a lot of you guys have been asking me on our socials, like, when is the next episode coming out? Here we go, guys. All right. So what is today's topic? Guys? Let me allow you to introduce this to our viewers.
Today's topic, since we are in June, and it's apparently Men Month or whatever they call it. Let's talk about mental health, something like that, bruh.
June is guys. Please tell me who comes up with these things, guys. Who?
The guys before us.
That June is men's month.
Yeah, something like that. Even Father's Day is in June. Do you even know when Father's Day is? Okay, never mind. Anyways, guys, episode 2.
Why?
Episode 2, we are here to talk about mental health.
Yeah, but why are you asking
and
me?
Mostly we are focusing...
Wait, hold on, guys. Why are you asking me that question of, do I even know when Father's Day is?
When is Father's Day? When is Father's Day, Joseph?
It's coming soon. Guys.
Okay, when exactly is Father's Day?
I don't know.
Exactly, my point. We do not know.
In the coming months.
It's the second Sunday of June. Every second Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Luckily for us, this June started on a Sunday, so that one doesn't count. So this coming Sunday will be Father's Day.
Yeah.
For fathers like us and uncles like Joseph.
I'm also a father. I don't have to give birth for me to be a father.
You give birth, huh?
No. Yeah.
Okay. Anyhow.
Obviously. Okay,
Happy
guys.
Father's Day in advance, bro.
Come on.
Okay, let's talk to the fathers out there, and not actually just the fathers, men in general, guys. You guys need guidance, eh?
Yeah.
Things that have been going on in our country lately.
No. Before you even start saying anything, what is today's topic? Please explain to the viewers, what is today's topic? What are we talking about?
We're talking about mental health.
Specifically in
men.
Thank you.
Mental health in men.
Yes, because I feel like we as men, the society doesn't really pay attention to us. They feel like since we are men, we can take care of. Okay, obviously we can take care of ourselves, but our mental health as well. We need support. We need not guidance. I cannot really say guidance unless maybe you're young.
Yeah.
But yeah, we need
guidance as well.
Yeah, we need society on our side as well, guys. Yeah. I mean, we cannot do everything by ourselves. And like I said, I understand we are men.
But society has this opinion that being a man means you are tough, you are macho, you can handle anything. And we men on our own take that off as well.
Yeah.
That, nay, I'm a man. I don't need help. I don't need what. I can do this on my own. I can do this. I can figure it out. But really, we don't have to, guys.
Yeah.
We don't have to.
All right. So, guys.
And as men, I think it's best we look out for each other.
Yeah, it's true.
So that's why we're here, to talk to you guys. It's unfortunate that we don't have any of you here to ask you questions as in why this and this and this and this. But yeah, we'll talk to each other. You guys get 2-3 things out of here.
Exactly.
It's better than nothing, eh?
So yeah, guys, like Stone said, today's topic will be on mental health, specifically on us men. In life, look, the thing is, for you to be productive, your mental health has to be, has to be, I'm not saying it should be proper. It should be there, but it should be fine, man, up here. You understand?
The thing is, women are tough. Women are tough.
Yeah.
Women are tough, like as in, we are tough, we are macho, we have strong hearts, we can handle basically anything.
Yeah.
But then mentally, are we really tough? Are we really tough?
We're all human, Stone.
Yeah, we're all human, but then the thing is, some of us, that's the reason why most of us resort to alcohol and all that. Some of us don't drink because we're doing it for fun.
Yeah.
We drink to fit in, to forget our problems. But then we really don't have to. Sometimes it's better to talk about your problems or deal with your problems. Because the thing is, you drink to forget your problems.
Yep.
But then do you really forget your problems? Do they really go away?
No, but do you always drink to forget your problems, though?
Not you, but some people, bruh.
No, I'm not talking about me. Obviously, I don't drink. But I'm saying in general now. Do you think a lot of people drink just to forget whatever problem they have?
Yeah, a lot of people do. A guy can have a problem or something happens. The first thing they think about is, okay, I need a drink. I'll deal with this tomorrow. No, it's very rare to find somebody who has a problem.
Yeah.
And then they sit down somewhere or collect themselves or call somebody and say, bruh, I need to talk about this and this and this and this and this and this. The reason we don't do that sometimes is because you think, if I call Joseph now and start telling him my problems, what will he think? So let me just, I don't know, let me get a beer. I'll deal with it some other time. But then as you are thinking you'll deal with it some other time, this thing just builds up, bro. It builds up gradually inside you. And then one day, it becomes too much.
Yeah.
You explode from within. And then you do unnecessary things.
Yeah, so like I said, please explain to the viewers, why do you think we chose mental health as our first topic in regards to the whole, like all the topics that we're going to have on this podcast? What do you think mental health is very, very, very important?
Mental health is very important, bro, because it's affecting everybody in our country, especially the men. They are going through so much. They do not get support. They do not get appreciated enough.
Yeah. That's what we feel, guys. We
need to talk to them.
We don't feel appreciated.
Yeah.
And to get to the point on what we're talking about, mental health is a very, very, very important factor when it comes to us being human and us being productive human. So like I said at the beginning, if your mental health is not up to par, trust me, you're not going to be productive. Because obviously there are so many factors that are going to have an impact on your thinking. And once your thinking is impaired, productivity is also,
Definitely, because your mind is not at peace.
Yeah.
You are making irrational decisions, taking unnecessary actions, doing things you shouldn't be doing. You're just not productive, bro. You're not just not productive. You're not motivated.
Exactly.
You're just not happy. And if you're not happy mentally,
everything falls apart.
Just think of driving, for example. You're driving so focused. All of a sudden you get a funny text from a girlfriend saying unnecessary things. You think you'll still drive proper. You just start making unnecessary mistakes. You don't even focus anymore.
So yeah, guys, if your mental health is not up to par, guys, I'm sorry. Everything starts from here and then it flows. So what do you think? Okay, what do you think in our lifetime? What are the impacts? Like, what impacts our mental health? Like, gradually, what impacts our mental health?
What impacts our mental health?
Let's talk about it.
I think society plays a big role. Like we said earlier, we are not appreciated enough. And the other thing I'm against is being on our own.
On our own?
Yeah, being alone, thinking I can do this on my own. Because we have this thing that as in, I don't need help, I'm a man.
I mean, because
as a guy, to be honest, it's not wrong to ask for help.
No, it's not wrong, but I'm saying, as we were growing up, obviously that is something that is put in us as men, that men
you are the alpha.
Are supposed to be,
obviously.
You're the
alpha, you are the leader. I'm not saying go to a woman for help always when something happens.
Yes.
But we have other guys, bruh. We have brothers, we have uncles.
Yeah, but we
talk to them.
Stone, the judgment out there, it's not easy for you just to stand up and go talk to someone. The judgment. We are being judged.
So your number one fear is to be judged.
That's what we are all feeling as men. Because obviously the minute
the reason you don't go to another man to ask for advice is because we're afraid of judgment.
The minute you show vulnerability as a man, society has a tendency of judging. Because apparently you're weak. As a man, you're not supposed to be that weak. As a man, you're supposed to be, have everything figured out. But that's not how life works, guys.
But then, Joseph, let's talk about what... Okay. I read a quote once that says, what matters is not what the world thinks about me. What matters is what I think about myself.
Yeah, but...
So, my brother, if I'm coming to you for advice on something that is bothering me, and you give me advice, whether it's true advice or not, real advice or whatever, I'll take your advice. And then I don't care what happens with you afterwards. Whether you go tell people, no, he was here, hey, that guy is going through this and this, he was telling me this and this. As long as I got my answer from you, whether it was a genuine answer, whether your answer helps me become a better person in life, to me, I'll take that in a positive way. I'll be like, no, I spoke to my brother, he advised me this and this and this. Because if I get negative coming to the conversation, I must go talk to Joseph now.
Yeah, but
that in itself again is draining me mentally.
Do all men think like you, Stone? If you are comfortable,
everybody can't think like me.
Yeah, but
we are different.
That's what I'm trying to say now. A lot of men don't reach out because of the fear of being judged. You understand?
What do you have to lose? Show me a man that has died because he was judged. for talking to another man about his problem?
You should ask them, because obviously there are men out there, and I'm talking
Yeah,
to
guys,
you
what's
guys.
the point? Why are you afraid of being judged?
I'm talking to you guys.
Tell me 3 people that died on their tombstone is written, "Here lies he who was judged by this guy for being a bitch nigga," or some shit like that. No, it doesn't happen, guys.
Trust me, as
No.
much as it's easy, for us to say this now, the fear of being judged and what our cultural traits put in us,
What
what's
did you
killing
even
us.
try correcting another man? What is their first reaction always?
We tried so many times, but
what is their first initial reaction? And you're trying it in a good way, in a polite way, knowing that if I do this for my brother, it will better his future and whatnot. But
but the way we
are always,
like I said, we are not used to, as men, let me not use bigger numbers. Let me say 60% are not of men, out there are not used to getting help. You understand? We have that thing of, no, I can do it on my own. Even if I have a problem, I can sleep it off, or I can just work around it. But that's not how things work, because at the end of the day, if you don't ask for help in regards to whatever problem you have, it's still gonna haunt you, because the problem is still gonna be them.
the problem will still be there.
Yeah.
Which brings me back to my point about why we take alcohol to hopefully deal with our problems. That problem won't go anywhere. When you get sober, that problem is still there. Sometimes even twice as magnified. Then you're like, ish, this one is here again.
So as men, guys,
we must talk to each other, guys. We must talk to each other. If you have a problem, doesn't matter how small it is, because when you address a problem while it's small, it's even better.
Yeah.
Because the moment you let it grow, then it'll be difficult to handle.
Okay. Apart from our society, what other factors do you think? Yeah. What other factors do you think is have a
diminishing
negative
our mental health now? What other factors are diminishing our mental health?
Our women.
Society, obviously. Our women.
So
our women. Hey, you guys also.
So it's not only other men that are judging us. It's also women.
It's the women as well.
Like
the women.
Society.
Sometimes we feel like we are doing all this for them. Hey, but the way they take it, it's like they don't really care. What do you think? What is affecting our mental health?
Like us now.
Yeah, like
let me first talk about obviously women are part of our society.
Right? Yeah, but women need their own category on their own.
Yes,
because so society it's a different story.
The first pointer was other men judging us whenever we reach out for advice. And then we also have our women that are also not trying. You can see you probably have you're staying with your guy, and then you see your guy going through stuff, but instead of helping, you judge them. Women have a tendency, they still have the same mentality as any other person, whereby they think that no, men obviously, yes, we are supposed to be the providers. As much as we are supposed to be the lead head of the house, and then we are supposed to be the provider, we still we don't have it all together. You understand? There what the sectors of our life that we are lacking, and then that's where we need their support. You understand? I cannot go to work, have a bad day at work, and then when I come back home, I'm still being nagged about stuff that I'm not supposed to be nagged about,
But then you have a choice.
Yeah.
You have a choice.
But sometimes you don't look.
What does the Bible say about a quarrelsome wife? The Bible says something like that about a quarrelsome wife. No, I'm serious, my brother. The person that you are with in your life, they play a very big role in your happiness, in your mental health.
No, they do.
Because honestly speaking, Joseph, I cannot come from work every day trying to find a better life for us, to provide for the kids, to provide for you, to keep a roof over your head and do this.
Yeah.
And then I get home and you are not appreciating, like you are saying, we are not appreciated. Yeah. And who does not appreciate us? The people that we are with.
The people that are close to us are the ones that,
Yeah.
But to add on my point again, the thing is I feel like our young generation and our like the current generation that we have now have a tendency of if a man is, if you don't have a job, you don't have money. I'm not saying a lot of money, I'm just saying money in general.
If you're just not stable.
Yes, then obviously, apparently you're not judged as a human being. You're not relevant, which is one of those things that actually take a toll.
Yeah, but life is expensive, bruh.
No, I get it.
Even you not want your daughter to be somebody who's like nothing.
I get it, but my point is my money, at the end of the day, if you have to be honest, as much as I'm dating you, money shouldn't be the main priority. Money shouldn't be the main focus. Ne? I'm just trying to say that if we are being pressured in making more money or being judged based on how much we make or how much we have, that literally deteriorates our mental health. It does not help us become more creative if you look at it. Because at the end of the day, you're gonna try, how should I put this? It's gonna put so much pressure on you to a point whereby it breaks you, until the point whereby it literally breaks you. Instead of building you, it's actually breaking you. Okay? So, like I said, all we need is support, especially when it comes to our women, because at the end of the day, we spend more time with them.
But then sometimes again, like you're saying, the generation that we're in right now, they do not appreciate.
Most of them.
You can find a guy, okay, he has money, he's doing this, he's doing that, but the person that person is with is not really appreciative. You can bring this home, you can do that, you can basically support for the lady, for the family, for the kids, but then she's still nagging. She's still nagging, and she's just at home sitting, not doing anything.
That's the main point. Judgment doesn't only come to how much it's not mainly focused on money.
So it's not really about money.
Yeah.
We do make money. We do take care of the family.
Yeah, but they'll still find
a way to nag.
Guys, look.
And the Bible tells you nicely, get rid of the quarrelsome wife. I'm not saying be alone now. It's okay, then I don't need a relationship, I'll be on my own. No, there's somebody out there. Not all women are the same.
No, but it's
not
true.
all women are the same. There's somebody out there who will appreciate you, who deserves you, and again, it goes back to how we were raised.
Yeah.
Hey, some people are not raising their kids, bro.
And it's still coming back to the same thing we're talking about in the first episode, whereby culture plays a major role.
Culture plays a major role.
Yeah? Because there are things that are put in line that are not supposed to even be there in regards to men. Like I said, the Bible even says it that the man is supposed to be the leader, the head of the house. That we understand.
Yeah.
But there are some things that we as a...
Okay, now me being a leader of the house, doing everything, and I'm not being appreciated, how do you think that will make me feel?
I understand you as a man, you're supposed to be the provider. You understand? But at the end of the day, that doesn't mean that you... Okay, or is it just me that understands this way? Like, whereby, obviously I can give 70%, then at least a 30% must come from,
from the lady.
From the lady.
Yeah.
Or if it's not the lady, then the people that, that I'm with. You understand? That's where we crack. Because at the end of the day, we feel like we are supposed to be doing all these things, but we're not supposed to be doing all these things by ourselves.
Okay.
And that's where the problem comes in, whereby our mental state is like that, and we are so scared of reaching out to get help.
Okay, let me ask you quickly. Let's get back to judging and whatnot.
Yeah.
Let's say you have a friend called John. John works 8 to 5.
Yeah.
John gets a good salary every month. John has a wife at home, but no kids.
Yeah.
They just leave him and the wife. Every day John comes from work, he has to go home, find the wife sitting on the couch watching TV. John has to cook. John has to wash the dishes. And then John comes to you asking you for advice, as in, hey, I'm in trouble at home, this, and this. Will you advise John or will you judge him?
Obviously, I won't. Look, based on the level of education that I have and how I expose myself out there in terms of just seeing how things are working, how people are living, and just understanding like a few things here and there, I don't think I would judge him, because before I judge someone, I always try to put myself in their shoes.
So you'll think about, what if I was John?
Yeah, obviously I have to think about,
I'll feel,
if I judge John now, how would I feel if I was in the same position as he?
Yeah, definitely.
Well,
then that's the problem we have with amongst each other here. A true friend will advise John to take better decisions or make something better with his life. But then another person will advise John the same, and then the moment John leaves, he picks up the phone and calls. Simon, John just came here now, bruh. Apparently this and this and this and this and
that's
this.
That's why I always say,
so I don't know, bruh.
Like, be careful who you surround yourself with. Not everyone is your friend. As much as I'm smiling with you right now, it doesn't mean that I'm your friend.
Sometimes you don't really know. People are so two-faced. Somebody seems like they're your friend. Somebody act like they're with you.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Look, every person has a gut feeling. The only time where we ignore the gut feeling is when we are, how should I put this? We always need validation from other people. That's why we need people around us. Look, I don't mind being on my own, unless the circle that I have is genuine people. And obviously, you as a person, you are judgmental enough for you to understand when someone, is being truthful or someone is being, like when they're fooling around.
Yeah.
You understand?
Why I don't know, bro. Every time I think about things that are so simple, guys, it's like simple things. Okay, I for one, to be honest, do not struggle with this.
Yeah.
But when I look at people my age, guys that are going through this, you wonder, as in like, hey, bro, why are you doing this to yourself?
We are literally even look. Like
why are you doing this?
Like I said, we don't. I'm not really a fan of planning stuff, like especially when it comes to our podcast.
No, you don't plan anything. You just talk.
Yeah, the thing is, we are literally speechless because at the end of the day, mental health is the main thing that's literally killing us.
I don't understand why it's killing us. Yeah? We're supposed to be men. We're supposed to be tough on the inside.
Yeah, but like I said, you're a human being. You're breathing. You have blood in your system. As long as you have a heart and you have a brain that's functioning like any other person, you will be affected by these things.
Yeah, you will be affected, but then
the only
so what can we do? What can we do to? I can't say really not be affected, but what can we do to strengthen our mental health?
Okay, before we go to that, we have one pointer. I have one pointer again that affects us. As men in our mental health, and that's our economy. There's nothing that stresses a man more than money. Am I lying?
Yeah, I understand that point, but then again, it depends.
Stone. Please tell me.
It depends.
Please tell
Joseph, there's a person who can be happy with $1,000 in his pocket right now.
Will you be happy with $1,000 in your pocket?
Like right now in my pocket? Yeah, why not, bro?
I can't.
Why not?
I can't. Look, as men...
Yeah, 1,000 every day.
And it's still... No, every day. 1,000 every day is fine. As men are designed to strive, are designed to thrive, are designed to, to be out there. Yeah. Obviously, a man can never be content with $100. He always wants it. He always wants more than what he is at that current moment. That's why I'm saying. When it comes to our economy, if you see your friend, no, let me finish.
Should be a topic on its own again.
Let me finish
that one. Hey,
let me finish. If you see your friend of your age, driving a beautiful car that you also dream of driving, having a beautiful job, let me just say, for instance, you did the same course, and then he gets a job and you're still at home. And I know everyone has their own time, but don't you think that will have an impact on where your mental health is?
Yeah, for the week it will.
For a week?
For the week it will.
For 1 week?
People who are weak. People who are weak
for the week. I thought you were talking about in daytime,
For the week it will. Because you are trying to chase the life that another person has. You are not content with what you have. You are not happy with what you have.
Yeah, but sometimes...
I'm not saying be happy with less or be happy with little. But sometimes, Joseph, make the most out of life. Enjoy the little that you have.
Yeah, but sometimes...
You don't have to strive for things that are out of your reach. Materialistic things of this world.
No, but
I understand we need money.
Yes.
Because money brings happiness. Money brings peace. Money gives you time. Time to spend with your kids.
Yeah.
Time to spend with your loved ones.
Yeah.
Time to basically do anything. But then... don't go out there and cry for things that you know you do not deserve or that you know. How city? Joseph has a GTI. I also want a GTI.
No, it's not.
And then I do what with it?
It's not me wanting a GTI. It's me, having that thing of. Firstly, this country is already fucked up by it all. Okay. As much as we have everything that we need, this country is fucked up. Sorry for saying that, but our country is very fucked up when it comes to corruption. Literally. Like I literally give you a scenario of you guys being the same graduates. You graduated the same year. You did the same course. You even went to the same interview. Just because he has a job and you're still at home being supported by your mom or your dad. And obviously, it's at our age, not the current age that we are now. Obviously, when you leave varsity, you're at a certain age where you're supposed to be supporting yourself. Most of the time,
but then
and obviously our black parents, if I have to be honest with you, there will be support. Some, I'm not saying all, but some, they will be supporting you. But at the end of the day, behind that support is nagging. How is it helping? Please tell me.
No, the parents are doing it because they don't have a choice.
No, but don't nag. I'm saying support, but don't nag, because at the end of
I'm
the day, you're
supporting
killing
because I
this
don't
kid.
have a choice.
Huh?
I'm supporting you because I don't have a choice, but I don't want to be supporting you the whole time. And the funny thing is, I don't have the energy to tell you to do different in your life. All I do is give you, then I keep nagging. Same thing I was asking you right now about your friend John. You'll advise John, you'll tell John to do this, this, and this. By the moment John turns around, you start nagging and complaining about him. Your parents understand the situation. You did not get through to a job.
If you understood,
they're still supporting you.
No, I still feel like if I was in their shoes, trust me, if you understood where your kid is standing, as much as it's hard for you to support this, come on. Sometimes parents,
okay, what do people do in other countries? People get kicked out of the nest. I don't care if you are struggling or not. If you went to school and you studied, you are done.
Yeah.
Get out of my house. No, go look for your own life.
Compare our country to those countries. Our country is very, very, very behind, if I have to be honest with you. In other countries, the minute you study, I stand corrected. The minute you're studying your degree, the chance of you getting a job is there.
Yeah, you understand? It is still. But okay, you want to tell me there are no people in Namibia that do the same? Some people kick their kids out of their houses because I paid school for you, I did this for you, you have a degree.
Yeah.
Now please get out of my house, go look for something.
Will you do it?
Will you do it? Mm-hmm. Me, if I'm the one kicked out?
No. Will you do it? If you had a kid, yes.
Yeah. Even if I'm living in a 3-bedroom house, I'll rent the house out and go live somewhere so the kid finds their own roots.
How is that helping your kid?
How is that helping?
That's a conversation that we are trying to.
Tough love. It's tough love. It's tough love.
Go.
Okay, until when will you nurture your kids?
Yeah. That's not tough love, guys. Sometimes, as much as you think it's tough love, it's actually one of the contributors to why our mental health is so down. Our mental health is so bad in this country. So
you're not telling me that people who are kicked out of their parents' houses to go look for a better life end up having low mental health?
No, but if your kid, my point is firstly, your kid doesn't have a job. Mm-hmm. You are the sole provider of this kid. Mm-hmm. If you kick him out because of the tough love that you're trying to give, where do you think this kid is going to start?
Okay, but then let's go back to while you were paying for this child's school fees, where you just say, go to school, take school fees, go pay school. Mm-mm. Exactly. Every day of the child's life, you must topopikosha tokawedele moment dako. So at least they know so when I'm done with school, I'll have to do this, this, and this, and this. So in a way, before you kick that child out, mentally you should have prepared them already. Which my boy, when it gets to this level, and don't think you'll come live with me again and this and this. I have to come take care of you again with this and this.
No, but there's something else now. There's something else, because at the end of the day, when you implant that in your kid at a young age, while the kid is still going to school, the kid, while they're even in varsity, they're already trying their ways. Mm-hmm. That's understandable. There are kids that are groomed differently. Like I said, we come from different families. So I cannot expect you to groom your kid the way I'm grooming my kid. You understand?
I understand.
So if you train your kid in that way, obviously your kid, before you even say, no, you're going out of my house, the kid already has a plan and they already put their plan in place. There are kids that go to varsity and they're already doing their internship. Internship is already you securing your connections out there. Mm-hmm. You understand? What if it's a kid that didn't have all this around them when they're growing up, when they're going to school?
I do not know what will happen.
My point exactly.
I do not know, and I put the blame on the parents. I put the blame on the parents. Where were they? God. Why were they so absent? Why were they so absent during the child's life when the child needed motivation and guidance?
Guys, this topic of mental health is a very interesting one, and it's one that,
mental health, huh?
It's crazy.
It's mental.
Me talking about mental health is already killing my mental.
No, not me. No, my mental health is untouched.
Yeah, no. Let's go back to the economy of the country. Like I said, the economy is all like, in terms. I'm not talking about the economy as a whole, as a whole. Like I don't want to get into details. I'm just picking out what we need to talk about in regards to where you stand as a grown up in terms of the job that you have, the salary that you earn, what you have acquired after you have achieved whatever you achieved when it comes to school. What if, like I said, let's still get back to the scenario that I gave you. John, that you did a course with, that you're going to school with, that you used to spend time with, is at the point where his life is sorted. And you are still at point A. Trust me, if you don't get support, if you don't get encouragement, for you to push, and you think you're doing it by yourself,
Okay,
that's the main thing that kills.
Okay, where do you start to get that support from? Where
From
would you want to
home.
get that
All
support?
that has to start from home, because
Okay,
everything starts from home.
what if you're an orphan? Let's say, for example, you're an orphan, you manage to find somebody to fund your school and all that,
Yeah.
and you have nowhere to fall back on. Where would you want to get support from, Joseph?
Sorry. Stone. Yeah, I understand.
No, I understand. You need to have a home.
Yes.
You need to have a background, so
Yes.
at least you can go back home and speak to your folks and speak to your relatives and all that.
Obviously, orphans, they still have a home.
Joseph, I believe in the power of self.
No, but you cannot do everything by yourself.
I'm not saying do everything by yourself.
Especially when it comes to mental stuff. You cannot support yourself. You cannot encourage yourself. You can't.
No, I understand you can't, but then there's no harm in trying. There's no harm in trying.
That's what
some people go to church. Some people go to church because they feel like they belong somewhere.
Yeah, they go to church because they
feel like they belong somewhere. They what is it called then? They get in touch with this group of people that are going through the same problems.
Because you cannot do it by yourself. It still comes back to that point.
Not necessarily. Okay, I'm not saying it's impossible. It is possible.
It's not possible.
It's possible.
One way or another, you crack. Trust me.
Who did I go to? Who did I go
What problems are you going through?
What problems am I going through? Yeah. You see, that's what you think.
Do you sleep at night?
Yeah.
How well do you sleep?
Depends. If I'm reading a book or not. It depends.
Oh, my brother. Like I said, guys.
Okay, but then again, it starts with you. It starts with your mindset.
Yeah.
Some people call it problems. Some people call it challenges.
No, but there are some challenges.
The same situation, but two different words. What is a problem to you?
A problem is something that needs solving.
And what is a challenge?
Huh?
What is a challenge?
A challenge is something, for me, a challenge is something that you are trying to solve, but yet you're struggling with.
Okay, let's say you wake up, the gate is locked, there's nothing, your phone is dead, but you have to get to work. Is that a problem or a challenge?
I was not done with my explanation. A challenge is something that you're struggling with, but yet is still making you think of other ways to tackle whatever challenge you're having.
Okay, so when you start looking at problems as challenges, what does that tell your brain?
Find ways, Find ways.
Exactly. So why don't we start looking at problems as challenges?
Stone. Look, you understand that. You are at that point, but I'm saying.
And who helped me get to that point?
Yeah, we can't be the same people.
Who helped me get to that point? No, I'm just asking.
We are not the same people.
The reason we are debating here and arguing, because you are telling me, apparently, no, we need help. We can't do everything on our own.
We cannot do everything by ourselves.
Yeah, I know.
You understand? We need a support system. And if you don't have a proper support system, trust me, you will definitely, eventually you will crack, if I have to be honest with you. You will fall,
The weak will fall.
Mental health is very important, and it's a kickstarter of where you're gonna be in life.
The weak will fall, my boy.
Yeah.
What women should do is not just be strong on the outside, not just be strong in the heart. Let's be strong mentally, guys. Yeah. Let's be strong mentally.
Okay.
And it starts with self-education. Understand. Life has problems. This and this will happen. Accept. Live in the moment. You don't have $1,000 today, and then you want to go on about, I don't have $1,000, but I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. Something so simple, it's like worrying. Worrying seems like it's not a big thing, but then what do you do by worrying? You are killing yourself inside.
Yeah.
You are really killing yourself inside.
Okay, please answer this. You said you can do so many things by yourself. What if you went through trauma? Any kind of trauma.
Oh, be more specific. What kind of trauma I've been through?
Let me say, for instance, you've been abused, you have been raped. Just that kind of trauma that literally kills the core of your mental health. What do you do in at that time? What do you do?
Okay,
do you still rely on yourself?
Trauma is a different aspect. You have to seek professional.
Why? Just because it's trauma. You know that
again, I get back to my point. It depends on you. If you are weak inside and you don't have enough strength to deal with these things on your own, you can seek professional advice or professional counseling or something. Somebody who was trained, who went to school to deal with such situations, because they did psychology, they did all these funny things. They know how to get to you. They know how to let you express. They know how to let you Get things out of your system.
And that's what I'm trying to say. You need to get some of these things out of your system
Hey,
because
man. And you want to make everything so big. Nothing is as big as it seems.
okay.
Nothing is as big as it seems, huh?
But for me, my point is like you have the view that you have, and I have the view that I have. And my view is we need help. Irregardless. Look, it doesn't have to be something so big, ne? It can be something so
Joseph,
small.
do you meditate?
Yo, stop.
No, just a quick random question out of the blue, out of topic.
Mm.
Do you meditate?
No.
Do you even know what meditation is?
I do.
Why don't you meditate?
I don't know. I just don't find meditation something. Look, you need to find it relaxing and you need to find it beneficial for you. I don't find that, like, I don't say that. I don't see myself meditating.
Okay, let's say you have a problem and you can't find the solution to that problem.
I'll seek help.
From who?
From anyone can help me, that can help me.
You don't want to go sit alone somewhere,
no,
listen to your breath, and then try to find solutions in your own mind.
The reason why I'm trying to seek help is because obviously I cannot.
How do you know you cannot if you've never tried before?
But you just asked me a question of if you're trying to find a solution to something and you cannot. Obviously, like, it shows that I've been trying, right? I've been trying on my own, and the reason why I'm seeking help is because obviously I cannot do it by myself. That's why I'm seeking help. Meditation doesn't help shit. It just opens up.
Opens up what?
I don't. Okay.
So you've never sat alone?
I did.
With your thoughts?
I did. But I
didn't reach the conclusion.
Yeah, but I didn't.
I never felt better through meditating.
No, but I didn't sit by myself to think about a certain problem or find solution on something. I just sat by myself just to clear my mind and just to relax. That's it. Because at the end of the day,
okay,
why would I try to
after that
myself?
relaxation period and cleansing of your mind, was the problem still as great as it seemed in the beginning?
Yeah, but there's a point. I was not meditating, or I was not relaxing, or just in my thoughts because of a problem. I was just doing that to relax.
And then when you got out of the relaxation mode, did the problem still appear as big as it was before?
Which problem now?
Whatever problem you had when you went into meditation phase.
I only went there to relax. Relaxation is not a problem. You cannot always say you should meditate because you have a problem.
Okay.
Meditation comes in so many forms.
Your point is, every time we feel like the world is going the other way, we should seek
the minute you feel like, yes, here I don't have peace, and my mental health is just not where it's supposed to be. Seek help before it gets to. Okay, where does depression? Okay,
go for a walk.
How does a walk relieve you of depression? How
does a walk relieve you of depression?
Like how does it? Look, walk. It will calm you down, yes, but if you're depressed, my brother. Depression, you need help.
Why are you depressed in the first place?
Problems. Stone. We are living
no, you guys make it so complicating for yourselves. No, I'm serious.
The minute you're alive, if you are alive and you're among people or you are living, striving for whatever you need to strive, problems will arise. And there are certain problems that you yourself, if I have to be honest with you, there are certain problems you yourself won't be able to tackle by yourself.
Yeah, but then that doesn't mean I should be depressed about it.
No, but you won't even see. I don't want to get in the conversation of depression because, again, that's a whole topic on its own.
Also, we have two more topics: economy and depression.
Yes, the thing is, do you think people allow depression in? No, you won't even see that you're being depressed. You're getting depressed. You won't. That's a disease, my brother. It is. Stone. As much as you.
Now, what are you guys studying about?
As much as you.
So many universities we have in the country. What are they teaching people?
I don't know.
I'm serious. These are things we should be.
But teaching. I think a subject on. I cannot really say psychology. Like certain subjects from psychology that help people with mental health should be included in every course.
You find a child who knows exactly all the parts on that plant and how it takes water and nutrients from the ground up and whatnot. But so that's what they're teaching kids in school, unnecessary things, but they're not teaching them things that we practically need to deal with everyday life.
Yeah.
Why? Because they don't care about us. They don't care about how mentally unstable we are. I'm serious.
Yeah,
They don't. So it's up to us to educate ourselves It's up to us to make our lives better.
Mm-hmm.
It's up to us to focus on our own mental health. And it starts with self. Educate yourself.
Yeah, it's okay. We've spoken about some of the factors that contribute to what
Mental health.
to a deteriorating mental health, especially us in men. What do you think? What are the remedies out there? What do you think we can do to minimize the bad mental health in us? You know, what do you think? What?
Like what I do. Yeah, I'm human as well. I
Mm.
also had a very weak
You
mental
see?
health.
You see?
But then I didn't go to anybody. I'm not saying don't go to people or nothing, but
Seek help.
yeah, you can seek help. Seeking help is one of them. Accepting what is. Sometimes when you accept what is much more better. Because when you accept what is, it's easier to change it. Because if you do not accept things as they are, you keep worrying about them, you keep stressing about them.
How can you accept poverty?
You can accept poverty for what it is.
What?
Accept poverty as okay. How do you change something that you don't accept, Joseph?
No, but how can you accept poverty unless you say accept the situation that you're currently in?
You accept poverty.
At
Okay.
that moment,
This country is poor, bro.
Me, I don't accept
so
poverty.
you don't accept
Me, I
that.
don't
So you
accept,
keep fighting the system until you die old.
I
What?
do not accept
I
poverty.
accept that the country is
That's
poor,
it.
and then
I
I'll
don't.
try to find ways to get out of that poverty. Be like, okay, so the poverty of this country looks like this. Okay.
No,
Let
but
me find ways around it and whatnot.
when it comes to guys, okay, yes, I get your point when you say accept some situations that you are in that you are not in control of. That I understand. But if it's something that you can change yourself, why must I accept it? Why must I accept it, Stone? If I can hustle, why must I accept poverty? The minute you accept poverty, you will die with poverty. Am I lying? Am I lying? Guys, no.
But then poverty has different levels as well.
What level? What level?
Poverty has
Poverty is
different
poverty.
levels. Okay. But not poverty, yeah, poverty, Yoshidi.
Which one now?
The
Which
real
one?
poverty, the Somalia poverty flies on your face poverty. And then there's that poverty that we have in our mind.
Mm.
If I don't look like Joseph, if I don't live where Joseph lives, this is real poverty, this is what not. But then look around you. Sometimes you are not really in poverty. It's just that, I don't know, bro. I don't even know what to say.
Yeah, but those are things that I fail to acknowledge and I fail to accept.
No, you don't have to accept them.
Poor thinking and accepting situations that I myself can change.
Exactly.
You know, if I can hustle, if I can struggle for my next dollar, why shouldn't I do it? Just because I'm in a situation whereby I'm not where I'm supposed to be, I'm just supposed to accept. I cannot. I can't, my friend.
Yeah, but there are some things that you cannot change.
Some
things that you cannot change. Those ones you should accept.
That just comes in. That's the thing that's killing our drive, accepting poverty.
I'm not saying accept poverty. We're not talking about poverty in general.
No.
We're talking about accepting the situation as it is. Like you said.
But it depends.
How should we minimize? How should we minimize?
Yeah, but it depends on what situation now. It depends on what situation I'm in. It depends. Like I said, as much as, look, there's so many levels when it comes to things, in general.
Mm-hmm.
This might look blue to you, but this looks green to me. But my point is, analyze your situation first before you accept. If you know that you here cannot literally do anything about it, then yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because it doesn't help you stressing and fussing about something that you cannot change. So rather accept it and find a way to move on. Either to the next one or, I don't know, something else. You can't keep worrying about the same thing over and over and over again. Will that not lead to mental disturbances inside you?
That's why you need to go and talk to people before it gets too late. Before it gets worse.
You go talk to people. Me, I'll go meditate about it.
That's the problem.
Or I'll go take a walk.
You see, us men don't have that gut or that.
Okay, and then again, when it comes to talking to people,
huh?
When it comes to talking to people, like you said earlier, we don't go talk to people because we're afraid of being judged.
Yeah, the judgment. Why? Okay, please tell me why don't you want to go talk to anyone? Now it's coming from you. Why do you? Because for me, I feel like there should be something that's stopping you from going.
The reason I really don't go talk to people is because I don't really know who to talk to. Or sometimes there's a situation where, basically there's nobody to talk to.
There is. There are
As much
people.
as the
There are
world is full
therapists.
of people,
There are therapists that you can pay that you can talk to.
where will I get a therapist that time?
Huh? Your
I'm
uncle,
in the north.
I'm sure there's your uncle or one of
Who's
your
always
grandmothers.
drunk?
Huh?
The uncle who's always drunk, or the grandma who's always busy. No, if you have the privilege of having one of those to talk to, I understand. But then what if those people are not there?
Again, still comes back to judgmental. The thing is, you can have that neighbor that you have a certain relationship with. And obviously, even if you're in a village, you go to school. If you go to school, then those teachers that are there, you can talk to them.
I understand, Joseph. Talking to people is necessary. It's important.
It
will
is.
help. But then what if there's nobody to talk to?
It's not possible for.
There's always somebody to talk to.
Yes. The problem is we are scared of reaching out. You understand? Either you don't know the person, you are scared of how the person will react, you are scared of being judged, your situation, the situation that
the
you want to
world
talk
does not
to.
listen as it used to anymore. Eh?
No, that's what I'm saying. Look, or whatever you want to talk about is so sensitive to a point whereby you feel like you cannot trust this person with that type of information.
Exactly. Sometimes you speak to people and you end up being worse off than you were when you came to them with a problem.
And that's a fear that's literally stopping us from getting help, especially us men. Us men, because at the end of the day, this topic is literally about us as men. Forget about the other gender. Us as men. Our productivity is being hindered by this, and we should start. We must normalize going out there and just even paying 300, 400 for a session just to talk to someone. If you have the means to. If you don't have the means to, go out, talk to someone you trust. Explain to, or if you don't have someone you trust or someone you're used to, just talk to someone you're comfortable with, you know.
So
but explain to them.
Better to let it off your chest.
Letting things out. There's a saying that says better out than in, right? Don't let the pressure build in, because the more the pressure is suppressed on the inside, is what's gonna kill you on the. It's definitely what's gonna kill you.
I understand.
Yeah.
But if you can do that on your own, it's even better.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
How?
Don't worry, you'll get this one.
Sure.
Okay, guys.
No. Like I said, that's one of.
We are talking about mental health. Joseph is concerned. We need to talk to people.
It's not only me. Statistics out there
prove that we need to talk to people. Apparently, according to statistics.
Yes.
I'm with the idea that we should talk to people, but then if you don't have a way out, sometimes start with yourself.
Yeah.
Start with yourself. Learn to go inside yourself. Think about your own problems as challenges and find a way to address your challenges. Because when you say you have a problem, it's like your mind is fixed on that problem as in like dead end. This is a problem. I can't deal with it. Let me go talk to someone. But if it's a challenge, your brains opens up and you think of ways to solve the challenges. Or am I wrong?
Stone.
Yeah, you can talk to people. It's okay.
No, it's not only me. We are having this conversation so that we can advise.
Yeah, I am advising. I'm not saying you are wrong. I'm not saying I'm wrong.
Yes.
But I'm just saying that sometimes when there's nobody to talk to, Joseph.
Yeah.
Because the more you wait to find somebody to talk to, your problems still keep building up inside.
Yeah, but there's just some things that you cannot get rid of. But definitely I get your point. I wanted to ask you this question. And it's something I don't want it to trigger anything in anyone. And obviously it's another topic on its own when it comes to how should I put this? The other side.
The ladies?
No.
The other side of?
The other side. I don't want to use the word, but it's the what is the word I know?
The other side, huh?
LGBTQ men.
I have no idea what the hell that is.
The
LGBT. Oh.
Chomi. Our friends Chomi.
Isn't it too early in the podcast to talk about such
things? I'm just like I said, these are one of the things that again, are having an impact on us.
Yeah, but then those guys are also we are a bit tough on them.
No, we are.
We are a bit tough.
That's why I always tell people that you need to take a person
we are
the way they are. And I feel like,
and even people in general, when they look at us as we're interacting with those people, they already label us.
That's why for me I don't care. I don't care because at the end of the day I cannot change. I can't change this person. I need to accept them for who they are. And I need to embrace
acceptance, There we go again using the word acceptance. Accept who they are.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, Mus.
But if it was poverty, you won't accept.
Oh,
Oh, innovation
yeah,
accepting.
because me, I cannot change shit. Poverty, I can do something about it. It's it. How can you want to change someone's character, someone's being, them being who they are, literally being who they are,
Yeah, bruh. It's life. Life has so many things in it, so many twists and turns. Accept as it is. Move on with your own life. Deal with things as they come.
No, I brought that up because, like I said, as much as it's a topic on its own, that's one thing that's killing. Killing, and I'm using the word killing because it's literally killing people out there.
Yeah.
Because we are
being harsh on them.
Yeah, we are not only them, even us. That I cannot use a normal word, but I'm just saying that are not that side. We are still going through the same thing because people don't want to accept us for us, and they don't want to support us. They don't want to encourage us. They don't want to. How should I put this? They just don't want to be there for us because they feel like, yes, we've got it covered, which is not supposed to be the case because we are there for everyone else, but no one is there for us unless we seek for the help. We are not gonna. I feel like we're not gonna receive it. Unless you have different people around you, like amazing people in your circle that they can sense. When you're not feeling well, when you're down, then they will try to come in and help. But at the end of the day, even our own friends, people that we call friends, are still judging us. They're still in that red line that they're not supposed to be in.
Acceptance. Accept you will be judged. Accept life is harsh. Accept all these things and move on with your life.
Judgment will be there.
You are waiting for someone to realize you're having a problem so they can come and assist you.
That's why
if you don't tell me, I won't know. And if you are too shy to tell me, that is your problem.
So you won't help.
Who?
So, okay, let me say, for instance, me as your friend.
How do I always know that Joseph has a problem? Okay, I'm going through my own difficulties in life.
But you must see my character.
If it happens, then I see it. I'll be like, hey, bruh,
that's what I'm trying to say.
What if I'm too busy living my life to see what's going on in your life?
No, but I'm saying...
once in a while, I will pick up something.
Yes, obviously.
That is bothering you.
Yes, if you pick it up, obviously, you must reach out. Don't just keep quiet. You see me there, sitting down, out of character, all by myself, and you're still just walking past, come and living your life. How does it work?
Sometimes also helping out can be a problem. Because you'll tell me it's none of my business.
It's okay. I would rather you tell me it's none of my business and I'll still make it part of my business because I care about you. You're my friend. That's the type of person I am.
Aren't you the best friend?
Shut up. That's it. Shut up. It's it. Yeah,
like but then again, that takes up a lot of energy, though. It takes up a lot of
energy. What do you have to lose apart from obviously your little time and your energy for your friend?
It takes up a lot of mental energy trying to assist somebody that doesn't want to be assisted. You do know that negativity is contagious, ne?
No, it is, but I'm saying...
So if I try to help you and you shut me down...
No, but you must go in with that, with the open mind of, no, obviously this person won't just accept my help on a get-go. I need to push.
Did you ever try helping somebody in a toxic relationship?
Yes.
From outside, you can see, Kuchata, this is going this way.
Yes, but one thing...
So you'll continue trying to help them get out of that toxic relationship.
If I have to, yes. That's what friends are for. That's why for me, friendship is...
How many have you gotten out of toxic relationships with your persistent courage to get them out?
No, but like I said, for me, friendship is very, 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 very important.
I understand.
That's why I don't have a lot of people in my circle. It's because I've seen so much.
I understand. But then is it really worth your mental energy? I don't know. Perhaps you have a place. Perhaps you have a place where you go generate again and fill up and boost your mental energy. But rather look out for yourself.
Yeah, but it's worth it because I'm trying to help a friend. I'm helping a friend. That's what's more important. It's not about me. It's about them.
As iron sharpens iron, so a friend sharpens a friend.
Let's push my.
If you have the energy, you can go ahead and try.
But I'm just saying, don't
kill yourself too much in the process of trying to help someone.
Okay, imagine you're in the same situation. Would you want the same advice?
Would I want the same advice from?
Like, would you want someone to say that? I'm saying you are. Let's turn the tables whereby you are the one that needs help. Would you want people to be saying that though?
Okay, in my character, I am built to take advice, to take positive criticism. Mm-hmm. If somebody has to come to me and say, "My boy, this, and this, and this," I'll be like, "Oh, okay, thanks." And then I go home and meditate about it. And then I think about, oh, this guy meant this, and this. Some people don't listen, bruh. Some people don't listen. But you, being a good friend as you are, you see what they are going through. And then you really want to help. You really want to help. But then is it draining you? Yes, it is.
No, if it's becoming if your advice is falling on deaf ears, then that's something else. Because clearly you are not the right person to be talking to this person. That's why you must refer. If you feel like it's not you, and it's not your advice is not being taken the way it's supposed to be taken,
Then you refer them to
to
somebody.
professionals, because obviously professionals have a way of talking to people with different problems, because that's what they are.
They studied for that.
Exactly,
They are built for that.
yes. Um, the other thing is, for us, now we are talking about preventions, right? So obviously reaching out, and the other one is early detection and prevention, whereby you detect, like you literally acknowledge that you have a problem, and then you reach out. Or if you're not the one in that situation, né?
Apparently, in some countries,
Scan.
they also do screening or whatever they call it.
Screening.
I don't know how you screen for
Problems. No.
But there are people give off signs.
No,
like you're saying, as a true friend, you should be able to pick up.
Yes,
So,
I believe, because the same way you can, obviously you're a human being and you have emotions, and you obviously can do these things. But I feel like there are machines that can literally, obviously your brain activities. If you're a normal person who is healthy and their mental state is healthy, your brain activity will be somehow, they'll give off some,
But
like
then,
a different signal.
Did you ever hear of somebody who killed themselves and that guy was like fine? Then we're all shocked. We're like, how?
That's what I'm saying.
Even the guy who killed himself, was it last month?
Wait.
The guy who had a business in Okahanja in his 40s, successful as he is.
You see?
And then next moment, I was like, okay.
The guy
I
is
thought
gone.
everything was okay. So it's not really that easy to detect that somebody is in trouble.
Yeah, it's not, but at the end of the day, Stone, if you are used to this person and you're used to being around them for quite a while, I know it can be difficult, because some people can literally put on a face.
Yeah.
When they come to you, they put on this blindfold, and then you won't even see exactly what's going on in their life. But at the end of the day, if you spend so much time with this person, there are certain traits that I feel like you will pick up. Whereby even if I have a problem at home with my wife, even if I come to you and start playing, start playing all cool and stuff, that energy, you really obviously I will not give 100% like I always do. Like I said, if you have, especially if you grew up with someone from a young age, remember these people were single all the time, and then you know how they behaved, you know how they interacted with each other, you know how they interacted with everyone else, and you know what energy they give off. And when they started giving, obviously you know most. So like I said, that you will definitely know somehow which this person is not fine.
So what Joseph is saying, guys, let's look at one another. Let us study the patterns of our friends. If your friend goes off just this little bit, investigate.
Guys,
find out what is going on.
Guys, all I'm saying
is, how come this guy is not behaving like he used to anymore? How come he's drinking so much coffee all of a sudden?
Yeah,
just those simple small things. Pick up. It might make a difference.
Yeah, like I said,
don't get tired of helping your friends. Don't run out of energy like me. Yeah, run out of energy, bro. I try once, twice. Just right. No, I do care. It's just that I've other things to look out for.
Like what?
Like this boy that's knocking off now.
Oh, it's coming now. I mean, the knocking. All right, guys. Yo, we don't want to make this video so long anymore, like the previous one, because it gets boring. You understand? Yeah. But
it'll get better when you guys come on the show, because these questions will be directed to you guys.
To you, not to us.
Not to us anymore. Us, we're just throwing things around with our low intellect.
Yeah.
You guys will be coming on the show, then we ask you questions. You can give us your opinions, give us your views from different backgrounds, Tell us what you're dealing with.
Exactly.
How you see life.
True. So yeah, guys, like he said, just to contribute to what he said now, to sum up all these things, as long as your mental health is not up to par, as long as you're not healthy up here, I don't think there's a possibility of you to literally be productive enough for you to not only build yourself but build the people around you. So let's take care of ourselves. Let's take care of our emotional health as well, like your mental health. Like whatever problem you have, try reaching out, try talking to people. If you can't talk to someone, find courage, man. Not everyone is out there to judge us. Not everyone is out there to hate us. Feel free, man. We should create an environment whereby people can come and just they can be able to come to you and just talk about whatever problem they have, you know. And if you can give advice, you can. If you cannot give advice, I would rather you keep your opinion to yourself and just let the other, refer the person to someone that can literally give them advice on what they are going through. Like I said, let's just be there for each other. Let's not see another human being deteriorating when it comes to their mental health and then we just quiet.
But then you yourself also, this is very important, guys, my closing remarks. There are quite a few things that you should do for your own health that are very important. You have one body, one mind, one soul. It is the only thing you will have. And how you take care of it depends entirely up to you. I will not do it for you. Joseph won't do it for you. Simple things that you should do in life. Just keep yourself healthy. Eat healthy. Walk more. Exercise. Sleep enough. Live in the moment. Stop stressing about what happened or what is going to happen. The future is in front. You will find it there. It's coming. Don't worry. And the past is gone. There is nothing you can do about it. Perhaps you can learn from your mistakes, but right now, this moment is all we have.
Yeah.
So if you use this moment wisely, be you, be healthy, seek counsel, as he says. Talk to people. Stress does not kill.
Yeah.
It is problematic, but it does not kill, guys. Talk.
Yeah. So yeah, guys,
laugh more.
Exactly. Yeah. So guys, we don't want to make this video so long. Like I said, there's so much that we wanted to talk about when it comes to this topic. This is a very broad topic. There's so many things that we can talk about. You know, there are subtitles under this main topic, but that would be another topic, like for another day with you guys, with one of you guys, whereby we can literally direct this type of questions to you guys. You know, so like he said, let's take care of ourselves, especially up here, our mental health. Let's be there for each other. Let's not judge. Right? Let's do everything that is building, man, not breaking. So yeah, guys, as from me, your host, Joseph.
Be positive in life. Message from Stone.
Let's love each other.
Life is good, guys. Life is good. Even in your poverty, find a way to smile.
You only get one life, guys. And,
yeah, bro.
And don't take that for granted. You know, let's be there for each other. You know. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Till the next episode.
Thank you, my boy.
Danko, Mr. Stone.
See you next time. What are we talking about next time?
That will be a surprise for you guys. The thing is, we have so much going on. Yeah. That's why most of the time we have this short. We decided that we're just gonna make this these videos, like, let me say 45 minutes, just because a lot of people don't really pay attention for an hour.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah, guys, the next topic will be a surprise. We might have a guest on board, but we'll see. So if you haven't subscribed, please do. Please share the link. We're gonna put the link in our bio, or we're gonna send it through.
And tell us in the comments what we are doing that you want us to do differently, or we'll pose questions that you want us to answer in the next episode.
Yeah. So I guess
we'll definitely do all that.
It's true. Like in the comment section, please give your ideas. If you are doing something wrong, please tell us, then we can improve. I mean, we are just starting this podcast. It's not supposed to be perfect.
Definitely not. I don't even know what a podcast is. This is my first time doing this.
And that's what we want. Like that's the motto of our show. We don't want this to be perfect. We don't want it to be structured in any way.
Yeah, it should be normal.
Want it to be as raw as possible so that you guys can relate, you know?
Yeah.
So yeah, guys, we love you. Please subscribe. Please share. And make sure you click the notification bell so that you'll be notified every single time we release a video. So from us, the Young and Driven crew.
See you next time.
See you next time, guys. Thank you.
Don't forget to smile, guys.
Seriously. Smile more.
Seriously.